Hi everybody, it's Neil Walters of Neil's Videos, and today we're going to take a look at Echoes of Empire. It seems like this is a big month for Gala Games, and a lot of playtests and alphas going on. So Games of Empire is an alpha. This is the thingy I bought, the NFT that I bought yesterday. Let me show you a little about the history of that, just a second. Go to OpenSea.io and you look for Echoes of Empire. Make sure it has the little approved checkbox by it. Make sure you're not looking at a fake site. You can see the different NFTs that are available. And I haven't been following it too much over the last year, but now they have skins as well. So you don't want just a skin, you actually want one of these celestial claims, okay? So I think I bought this one probably. Let's just double check again. What did I buy? I think I bought basically the cheapest one I could. Aurora's Edge, Celestial Claim, Uncommon. Aurora's Edge, Celestial Claim. That's a rare. Maybe I got the last one. Oh, there it is. Claim, Uncommon. Okay. So it was almost 10,000 Gala, but what's that in US dollars? It's $183, okay? Now, why I didn't buy it way back when was two reasons. The game was like a year away, and the cost of this thing was in the thousands at the time. So if you look here at this little chart inside of OpenSea, when you click on it, you see the price history, and it's actually been going up a little bit this month, probably because of the alpha now. But now that the alpha's here, people want to play, so they're willing to turn over their dollars, right? But if you go back to like here, the highest price, little cursor there. Oh gosh, see 2.3 ETH. It's kind of hard to read. I want to try to find the high. According to the graph, it was like over 3 ETH, like 4 Ethereum at one point. So it seems like when I mouse over, sorry, I actually haven't tried to mouse there, like 3.1 ETH. 3.2 ETH. Well, let's just even figure the cost of that. Give me just a minute. I usually use TradingView, but for just a quick price, I'm on another machine. I can go to CoinGecko.com and just click Ethereum here. And then here they give you the price chart, and it's by default 24 hours. I want to go back to max, or at least 1 year. Okay, so now we have a price chart. We want to go back to OpenSea here. And that 3.2 price was like in January of last year. It looks like, according to this graph, it looks like to me that, according to the graph, that looks like 4 or 5 ETH. But let's just say it's just 3 ETH. So, okay, really, we could just do 1 year. We don't need all time. So in February this year, let's say right here, just for example, ETH was $3,000. And that same thing I bought for 183 was selling for 9,000 buckaroos, folks. That is incredible. So I feel sorry for people who bought then. I mean, I have a lot of crypto that I bought around that time, and of course, it's down like 90% right now. But I do faithfully believe it's coming back. I have several experts that I follow, and they're totally confident that it will be back. It's just hard to predict when. Now they're saying pretty much it's going to start going up in 2023. And they don't know if it's going to peak in 2023 or if it's actually the peak might be in 2024. So it's kind of interesting. So I don't know if these NFTs like this for the games will go up the same amounts like Bitcoin and all the other altcoins will. That's going to be interesting to see. Part of it depends on how good the game actually is going to be, right? So, it's a possibility that you could pick up one of these for 183 and sell it for 3,000 or 4,000 later. If I'm going to speculate, I would just rather buy some like Shiba Inu, for example, or HBAR, ADA, Cardano. I mean, it's the same thing, or some of those other type of coins, probably. But anyway, you could speculate on these things. So anyway, now that I have that in my inventory here inside of Gala, I'm able to go to games, and hopefully I'll be able to start the play test. Okay, so I have the install and play, and that button may not appear for you if you do not have an NFT. So you will require, I think, one of these NFTs to do this. And it's the same thing I pointed out in the other video. I think I'll do a separate video on that, on this. You want to either be in Chrome, or if you're in Brave, you want to turn off the little shield button at the top. Like I said, I'll probably make a separate video on that because I did cover that briefly in my Mirandus playtest video, which was published today, like December, probably 20th, if you want to check that out. Okay, so it's installing. Installer live is the date. Why did I just click no? Or did I? Okay, so it says installing here. Okay, so I should have clicked yes. I didn't even read because I was talking at the same time. Setup wizard, normal, accept. Going into, instead of Gala Games, it's going into program files, Ion Games. Okay, Echoes of Empire. Ion Games is the creator of this in conjunction working with Gala. Ooh, that's not good. The code execution cannot proceed because VC runtime 140DLL was not found. Reinstalling the program may fix the problem. Well, completing the echo. Setup is finished. I don't know if it did or not. That might be the C++ runtime. Like if the games are using C++ under the covers, I think that might be Microsoft C++. Still says installing here, not good. But it said rerunning it might help. So I went to my This PC downloads and I'm just going to run it again. Okay, so we got the same error. So I'm going to Google how to install that DLL. I think I've done that before on other computers, and this is a fairly new computer that doesn't have it. So just the main thing would be to find it from a Microsoft website, not some other fake site, because you don't want to install some bad malicious DLL on your computer from a fake site. Okay, so here's the page on Microsoft Downloads, etc., and I'm going to download that and install it. Here you can see I'm installing Microsoft Visual C++ 2015, setup successful, and now we'll rerun the Ion install of Echo of Empires. Okay, we got a successful finish this time. Now if we go back to this screen, I think just refresh probably. This is saying install and play. It should say play. Okay, here we go. Oh, it's a pre-alpha now, it says. It's supposed to be alpha, they said. Okay, we're up. So I'm going to start in a few minutes. I'll be back. Beside your portrait, which I think is this one here, will let you freely switch between your home base and tactical map. On your home base, you'll find several buildings you can upgrade. Don't hesitate to expand them as you see fit. Since we are in alpha, all home base progress will be wiped out once we pass the alphas. Okay, by the way, what type of game is this? They're calling it a 4X game, which means explore, expand, exploit, and exterminate. Ooh, it's a subgenre of strategy-based games. Computer and board games include both turn-based and real-time titles. The gameplay involves building an empire, or empires in space, of course. Emphasis is placed on economic and technological development, as well as a range of military and non-military routes to supremacy. And it always amazes me just having the game open. I can hear my fan running on the gaming computer there, the laptop. You see my GPU's at 56%. And it's really not even doing anything right now. It's just sitting here on this screen where I just muted the audio temporarily because I had to go do some work. So I'll leave the audio on for a while. And this is going to be kind of like a live stream. I'm just going to be playing whatever, figuring this game out on my own. I did watch the one little like 10-minute video that gave an overview of the alpha. And we'll see, you know, if it's intuitive to me or not. If you've played more types of games like this, it might be more intuitive to you. You know, I'm an old fart, basically. So, I do hear some choppiness in the audio too, which I don't know if that's internet or if it's because I'm running across this remote desktop. So every day they're going to give you things to do over here. Actually, I will turn that audio down a little bit. It's kind of loud. My voice, it might be loud, hard for me to hear. Slide this. See, this is back to intuitive. Why doesn't that slider work? Simple things like that. The mute switch work. Music. I like the music a little bit. I do see a line there, like for some reason it's black to the right side. I hate figuring stuff out like this. It should just work, right? Maybe it's all or nothing, so I guess I'll mute it. I just don't want my voice to be muffled by the music during the rest of the video, okay? I think the music sounds kind of cool. So let's say save. So I think over here they're going to give you tasks to do. And I heard them say something about daily tasks. So, you know, like in Townstar, that was one of the ideas of earning your daily rewards is that you would have to do these daily tasks. And so far in Townstar, it was always like basically just make so many $1,000 or so many trades or whatever. So we'll see as this goes. I think, I don't know if you can really earn anything during this alpha test or not. I should have started it a couple of days ago, but I had to buy some coins and transfer my Gala over and so on to be able to buy the NFT. Plus, I was busy playing Legacy. So let's just see. Oh, this is the map they were talking about. So I think this is flips back and forth between that ship and then what they call the tactical map. Now, I did not buy a ship, so I don't know why I have a ship on the screen. Like, I don't know if that's just temporary or if you have to share a ship with other people. So this is your tactical map. From here, you'll be able to explore the known galaxy, allowing you to harvest valuable crafting resources from POIs, points of interest that you discover. Additionally, daily quests, which we talked about are going to be over here, will often require you to use the tactical map in order to complete your objectives, with the exception of Stardust, which I think is like their coin. All of your tactical map progress will be wiped out as we move past the alpha stage. So apparently we can earn some Stardust that we can keep. Okay. I don't know what happens when we click on one of these. Please select the fleet. Is that the fleet? Ooh, it got bigger for some reason. I do like their graphics. I think they're kind of cool. Let's see if we rotate. How does the rotate work? If this is like Legacy, the W and R keys help rotate a little. What if you drag here? Yeah, just hold the mouse down and drag. That kind of seems to move it over, albeit a little bit slowly. And so let's see what's in my inventory here. Probably nothing, right? Because I didn't buy anything. These would be your consumables. Oh, that's sorry, flagships, flagship blueprints. Oh, so maybe if you have a blueprint, then you can build the flagship from the blueprint. Then consumables. These others seem to be all grayed out, so maybe that's future. And then if you click this tactical map button again, it switches back to that other view, I believe. If this, let's call it a ship, right? If I do my route mouse roller down button, that doesn't do anything. How do you make it smaller? Click and drag definitely works. Like if you just hold the mouse down on the left button and slide it over, you can see the different parts of the ship. So I think I saw this in the alpha. So collect from the ore collector. So we're looking for something here called an ore collector, which looks like it's right there. Once we click on that, this little screen pops up and we're going to hit collect. And there might be a timer on that, or is it going to be instant? A little lagging a little there on my mouse move. So let's hit collect again here. Oh, there. Okay, the checkbox appeared. So I guess we got that one done. So good. They're starting us off easy where beginners like me can figure it out. Now we go to the composite collector. Okay, I'm going to try to drag this again. I want to learn how fast it is to drag. Ugh, it's definitely not instant. It seems like after I drag, it tends to keep moving and stuff, which that kind of confuses me. I'd rather it just be instantaneous when I drag. I'd like to see it move. Okay, so we want to go to the composite collector right here. Hit the collect button down here. Whoa, see it keeps moving when I quit dragging. That's frustrating. Again, this is a gaming laptop, but I am playing through remote desktop. That can slow down a lot of things. The reason I play through remote desktop is I can record this thing on a different computer to make the video for you. So I'll try it later on the other computer. I have a feeling it will be a little more zippy over there, okay? Okay, I gotta quit touching it for a minute. I think it's just having to send all those bytes back and forth and redraw the screen. Okay, quit rotating. Deposit collector, stop. Collect. Quit moving. I don't know, maybe we're rotating in space. No. Every time I click on it, it seems to rotate again. I just want to click here and then click the collect button down here. No, I'm going to pause the video. I'm probably doing something wrong here. Okay, quit moving. I see a nice little ship or a little tiny ship flying by. That's kind of cute right there. So now I'm just going to tap one time, deposit collector. I did click on it. Oh, we're already here. Now hit collect. Okay. We got that done. Now collect from the vapor collector. I'm going to try this scroll thing. Hopefully not overdo it. There's the vapor collector, and it seems to be passing me by. Maybe my mouse is too sensitive. Vapor collector. So that's this thing. See, now we get that rocking motion again. Okay, so collect. I'm curious if that's going to go in my inventory. So I bet that would be over here under my inventory every time I collect something. It would probably be here in the supplies. Consumables. No, it's not. Okay. So if we collected something, I would assume it would be in your inventory. But I guess I am wrong. What do you see in your inventory? Okay, so now I need to find the foundry. So I'm going to mouse over here. I think I saw that in the preview video. There's a thing there called locked, right? So I guess slowly we want to unlock these, as the game tells us to, maybe. I'm going to click Foundry. Okay, maybe I click under it. Oh, it's locked. How do I unlock it? Oh, sorry, right there. Duh. So I guess you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 foundries, and you have to build them one at a time. They want me to build the first one, which is on the right. So the ones that are locked, obviously I can't click. Okay, so I'm going to build that one. I think it what they setting it. They said it takes like a minute to build, and then if you want to, you might be able to spend some of your items to speed it up. Let's click build. Now I see. I think these things at the top of the screen, those are probably my inventory. Like we collected vapor. I bet that's the vapor. What if we click on that? Does anything happen? Oh, down here, that's cool. So these are the, I guess, yeah, the natural resources. So to build the foundry requires 17,000 vapor, which is the green whatever stuff here, and then whatever these two ores were. I've already forgotten. So we have the ore collector and the composite collector. So one of these is ore, the other one's probably called composite. Cool. We got these little welder guys. Looks like they're welding things together there. So now it's complete. So I hit complete. Yes. I think once you have a foundry, I think you can build things in there, like maybe ships or flagships or something. Yay, home basics complete. Now I think they're going to give me another few tasks. Oh, we get rewards already. So I'm going to just read this out loud. Hope that's not boring. Welcome, Commander. This is your home base, a magnificent carrier class starship, where you have full control of your home base. So I know you can buy your own ships too, and I guess maybe the free version you get a small ship, and then you can buy these much bigger, fancier, stronger ones. Maybe that's it. Because I remember some of those were selling for, I think if I remember, 30,000, even $90,000 U.S. dollars in whatever coin they were selling it in. I'm like, wow, that's a lot of money. So this is your home base, the Magnificent Carrier class starship, where you will have full control of your home base, fleets, and outposts while you kick back in the commander's chair in the command center. You can view the tactical map or return to your home base view at any time. That's that button up here that we already kind of covered right there. Your home base consists of several buildings, but for now, the most important to know are the command center, collectors, depots, foundry, and shipyard. Okay, so we've already collected from the collectors. We've built our foundry, and we'll learn about, there's the shipyard right there. The collectors are an automated structure that constantly dispatches drones to retrieve resources. Eventually, the drone internal storages will become full and will need to be transferred into your depots for the refinement. So ensure that you periodically issue the command for your collectors to the depots. Okay. It's kind of like farming, right? Except you're mining now, right? So you have to click on it every once in a while to get it. The depots hold all the valuable resources you will need to upgrade your base, craft fleets, and more. To start your venture, you'll need to build your foundry, which we just did, where you will build all of your ships. To do that, just select the foundry on your home base and click the build button. I'm going to wait and do that if that's the next step. I want to see what these 4 buttons over here are. So I see a button there. I think they're buttons. Okay, home base. What if I hit here, composite depot? Will that jump straight there? Oh, it just tells me I have one. Yeah, so I guess if you buy the NFTs that are the bigger ships, who knows? Maybe might get 5 or 10 composite depots on your ship instead of just one. The ore collector, the vapor collector. Oh, and there's things down here you can unlock as time goes by, right? There's my foundry that I have one so far. And then there's the others that have not been unlocked yet. There's the command center. What is that? Oh, that's that thing right there. What happens there? Okay. Quit moving. Quit. Okay. Oh, yeah, different statistics. So what's the next one? Looks like little ships flying around, maybe. Fleets. Add a flagship to the shipyard to form a fleet. I guess you could create a fleet and send the whole fleet out to mine or battle or something. Maybe probes. Okay. There are no active probes. Yeah, so in the demo, I saw that you send out probes to discover things because, again, it's like a 4X game, they're calling it. And then this is the little flag. What is it? Quest. Okay, so go back here. Hopefully, they're going to give me more things to do, or do I have to? Is that only per day? Oh, let me hit this complete button. Maybe now they'll give me. Yeah, if I hit complete here, collect rewards. Okay, now I want to craft the flagship. Let's go back to this view. I got to find my foundry here. Sure. And okay, these are your patterns, your blueprints. So you click that one and then you say craft. Royal Ambassador, uncommon, the fastest moving royal ship. So we're building a flagship, ideally used for discovery and exploration. A great ship to use if you need to get from point A to point B in short order. And it's going to have its own ore and vapor mining on it. Wow. Okay. So down here, it's going to take 5 minutes to build. What skip would do. Okay, so here's my ship that's being built. See the little laser welder guys are doing their thing. That's kind of neat. And it says build shipyard as well. So let's see if we can do that at the same time. Click build over here. And then click, I guess, again, build down here. Okay. And I will just come back in 5 minutes. I'm also kind of checking some things at work. So, okay, I'm checking back in. I thought I clicked complete here. No, complete the shipyard. Oh, guess I didn't do that before. How long does that take? Oh, it's already completed. Foundry, I guess we're done. There's our little ship, I think, sitting in there. Oh, yeah, we have to claim it. Claim. Not sure what I confirmed. Okay, so we did that. We did that. Create a fleet with any flagship. So luckily, a minute ago, I saw this fleet thing over here. If I hadn't seen that, I don't think I would know where to go. So it says add a flagship to the shipyard to form a fleet. where the shipyard is. How do I add the ship to it? Let's click shipyard. Add a flagship to the shipyard. So originally I saw my flagship sitting in here, but it seems to have gone somewhere else. Let's go to inventory. Ah, there it is. Now what can I do? Do I right click on it? Do I drag it? Ooh, it does sort of drag. Move this window down. Yay, okay, so let's see if we can just drag this on the shipyard. Seems like that would make sense. Except the thing keeps rotating on me. Okay, dragging it doesn't seem to do anything. Look over here in the shipyard, I have docks, upgrade, and modifiers. Oh, there's a ship. Let's see what that means. Okay. Add a flagship to the shipyard on the fleet. Drag it over here. Huh. Still not. Maybe I drag it over here. It has to be right on that button. Looks like that shape kind of matches there. No, didn't go. What about this little plus sign here? I think that's a to-do task. Is what I think that is. If we right click, nothing. Oh, ooh, it's there. It says it's in the fleet now. Okay, that totally confused me. So I get, oh, and it disappeared off here. So either it's because I have lag from my remote desktop. That, again, I keep apologizing for that, but I have my video software on my main computer and I haven't moved it to my laptop. But this is like, I'll have to show you my setup someday. I have a huge screen in front of me, and then I have a little laptop, gaming laptop over here to my left. Oh, and actually, gosh, my voice may have been bad this whole time. Let me check it out. Okay, I'm back. See, I got a new microphone, actually probably about a year ago, but I finally just got it plugged in and all set up. So I think the quality is going to be better. But I had the mic like not in front of me. I had it over to my left, but I think it was still picking up actually pretty good. So maybe the voice quality will be a little better at this moment. So now I want to go back and figure out now what my next tasks are. I may have already done, like I said, I think they give you daily tasks. I think at this point, it's just free form. I can do whatever I want. In the demo, let me show you what he showed us. I'm just repeating things I saw in the alpha video demo. Of course, that guy who wrote the code. He knew what to click, right? So he said when you go here, see, like somewhere I have this, my NFT, I don't know, maybe this is it over here. How do I see my NFT versus what all these other little thingies are? Let's try dragging this, see if it drags a little better. So I'll see if we click on this. I'm going to try right click. That says send probe. That's all I want to do. I think is send a probe. This one says send fleet. Okay. So let's send a probe just because I saw him do that. Send probe. I think you have to choose where you want the probe to go. I didn't pick, oh, it's the last place I clicked. Okay. So like if I click on this thing here, which is kind of more gray, let's see if we send a, oh, what we hit discover on that. Do I have to click the discover button? No. Let's right click again. Nope. Send probe is gone now. Let's do focus, see what happens. Okay, zooms in, obviously. Using my mouse roller down button. Roll out. Ugh, I'm trying to get right in between here. Okay, so I want to try to send another pro. Oh, complete basics. Complete. I should have clicked that before. Collect rewards. I like collecting rewards. I should read this. Your fleets will eventually consist of a variety of flagships that can harvest resources, attack opposing fleets, and expand your influences throughout the galaxy. Crafting a flagship is easy enough, though it can be expensive. While looking at your foundry, you can choose the flagship tab. So while looking at your foundry, you can choose the flagship tab and craft any of the flagships that you have the construct blueprints and resources for by selecting the construct blueprint and clicking craft, which is what we did once. Note, you will notice that when you select a construct blueprint while in the foundry, the stats of the ship are listed in your right-hand panel. Once you've crafted a flagship, you'll need a place to keep it until you're ready to issue its orders. For that, you'll need to build a shipyard, which we did. I should have read this before we did all this stuff. But anyway, I didn't see these instructions before. So we did the shipyard. When your shipyard is ready, you can finally form your first fleet by selecting your shipyard, clicking on the Docks tab, and then you can either click on a ship in your inventory to equip to the first open slot, or simply drag the flagship from your inventory to any open dock space in the shipyard to form your fleet. Okay. Now we're into the probe stuff. Okay. So I need to send a probe to any, I assume POI is a point of interest. So here, travel basics. Before you go sending your valuable fleets out into the abyss, you need to scout the area first using a probe. To do so, all you need to do is right-click on a nearby point of interest. So you click here. Okay, right here. I did send probe before. I thought this was maybe my NFT, but I sent a probe from somewhere else to here. So like if I want to send a probe to this guy, I would click here, some PVE object. I can't send a fleet. Okay, let's check out this thing here. Right click. No, I don't want to send a fleet. I want to send a probe. What kind of things can I send a probe to? Send fleet. Oh. Okay, just clarifying, this is what they call my home base. And there's like a little bubble above it, and then there's that little sort of a triangle pointer. If we zoom in, okay, I did focus. I guess we're already focused. I always noticed as a kid, there are two types of people with games. There's those that read the directions before they play the game, and then there's those that just say, I want to start playing. I'm kind of leaning toward the side where I like to read the rules first in general, because how do you know if you win or lose or what's right if you don't read the rules? But anyway, these are more instructions than rules. So I did click on this, and it says here, once the probe arrives, which I think it did, you will see the POI, point of interest, can now be discovered, which will tell you all there is to know about that point of interest in the right side panel. Discovering a POI isn't enough to achieve your goals, though, as you'll need to have at least one fleet orbiting it in order to perform any actions there. You can issue the command to send a fleet in the right-hand panel, but you can also right-click on any space and issue the send fleet command. After the send fleet command is sent, you just select an available fleet. So I guess you can have different fleets with different number of ships, and they're all going out and doing different things at the same time eventually. And choose the solar sail, fusion drive, or warp drive. Probably different costs and different speeds, I imagine. And click OK to finalize your order. Just remember, Commander, the fusion drive's speed comes at the cost of fuel, and each ship's warp drive takes a day to recharge. Or if that's a 24-hour human day, or if that's a day in the game. So make sure your fleets are properly fueled for their trips, or they will be stuck riding the solar winds without a paddle.
This is a reminder.
If you don't want that to happen, just make sure to refuel your ships periodically when they are at your home base, a distillery, or another appropriate POI. Okay. I thought I don't know why I didn't get a checkbox on this one. I thought I had sent a probe. Let's see if the Discover here does anything. Oh, now it wants me to send the fleet. Ah, okay. So over here, this is a list of all your fleets. We only have one fleet right now. We only have one ship in it. There, now it's sending the fleet over there. I don't remember selecting. Oh, here's the fuel. Solar sail, fusion, and warp drive. Travel time is 1 minute and 27 seconds with the solar sail. I always have trouble with the words sail and sail. Fusion drive is 8 seconds. Cost is 100 something. 100 what? 100. I don't know if it's one of these thingies or what. I assume the sail is free. Because it's solar. Let's see. Cost still 100 even with the solar. The warp drive. Cost is the same. It's instantaneous, 0 seconds. Speed is 47. What's the speed here? Solar. Speed to me should be like miles per hour or something per something. I don't know if that's squares per minute or who knows, right? So are we okay? I'm going to pause, make sure my minute and 27 seconds has passed. I'm guessing as long as that white line is like that, and maybe the blue line above it, that we're still traveling. I would also say that I would expect there to be like a countdown timer somewhere, or it would show you the percentage of the way it's there. Like, is it halfway, 1/3, 2/3, 9/10 of the way there by now? Okay, I'm a dork. I never hit OK. So let's hit the OK button down here. Ah, now what? Select the fleet. You already did the fleet. Confused again. Oh, I scrolled out a little too far. Later, I'll show you all the different worlds combined. If you get totally out of whack like that, I think I can hit that line and just say focus, and it'll hopefully zoom back in there. Zoomed a little too close. Okay, there's the fleet. I think that's the fleet right there. So I think the fleet was moving down this blue line the whole time. I should have shown you that sooner. Now, I think it's going to orbit, maybe. Oh, it's going to plant itself there. Trying to center my screen. Okay, so now, this is my home base now. I'm confused again. There's that blue thing before. This is what I think it said before was my home base. Or does it just mean I have a fleet there? Please select a fleet. Yeah, I could discover this. It's not very far away, but let's finish discovering where we landed here. Thought I would be able to click discover at this point. Oh, there, discover any POI. Oh, I discovered it without sending a probe? I don't know. Let's click this one. I click, let's try that, send fleet. But where's send a probe? It's only supposed to take 8 seconds. Oh, after I get okay. Yeah, so there goes the ship down that little blue line. Lands there. Can I harvest from these places? You have to sign a lease, I think, first. Okay, so I still have not sent a probe, even though I thought I did earlier. Okay, so these little globe looking things, I guess I can send a probe to them. So here I'm going to hit send probe. I guess it's going all the way back to my home base. So probes are very fast, looks like. I didn't have to hit OK. Now we can discover what's there. Hit the discover button. Oh, then you have to send the fleet too. My fleet is here, right? So let's click the fleet. The solar sail, okay. Now it should be following that blue line over here, just off the screen a little bit. We'll select the fleet. I thought I selected the fleet. There's the fleet. Okay, when I zoom out, I can see it, the ship moving. So I think I'm having trouble with the zoom just because of my remote desktop. Ship, it's almost there. So, okay, so we've learned the travel basics. We've learned how to move a fleet and how to send a probe. So I guess you're supposed to send the probe first, then send the ship. I never did notice, though, what sending a probe really told us. I guess maybe it's just a requirement that you have to research before you fly there so you don't get killed or something. Complete the travel basics. We read all that. So collect rewards. Harvesting. Now we're going to sign a single lease to harvest resources. So I think in the real game, this is where you earn some coinage. So by me buying the Celestial Claim or whatever it's called, I think that's going to produce so much resources per day. Let's check that out again. Back on OpenSea, sometimes these things are a little vague, but let's read what it says. An uncommon celestial claim are made up of rocky planetoids, volcanoes, moons, and rare earth asteroids. They can have up to 3 mines of average capacity, generating 1 resource type. These claims generate an average amount of dust, and each mine can be leased up to 3 players. So let's see. They can have up to 3 mines of average capacity. So I guess 3 mines and 3 players. So I can have 9 leases going at a time. And I don't know eventually if I'll set the price for the lease or if that's going to be a set price based on the uncommonness or the rarity of the NFT. So these are my next quest, but down here it says next quest. So I think there are going to give me some instructions if I click it over here. This seems to be like the help screen, more or less. Sometimes you'll need more resources sooner than your collectors provide. So your collector is on your big ship, and harvesting resources is just the answer. To harvest, all you'll need to do is have a fleet at a discovered POI. Once the fleet is there, target the POI and select the 3rd tab on the right side panel to see what resources are available to be harvested. After you've decided what resource you will harvest, click on the plus icon to select an orbiting fleet and sign the lease to get the ship started in harvesting resources. As the harvesting completes, you'll notice your ship resource gauge increases, indicating it has resources that can be stored in your home base. You might also notice that your inventory under resources that you've begun acquiring experience books while harvesting resources. We'll talk more about that in a bit. Any ship that returns to your home base with resources will have an unload command option, which will order your ship to transfer the cargo into your depots. Okay, so let's see if we can right click and sign a lease here. It's an ore-rich comet. Harvest you'll need to do is have a fleet discovered at a POI. Maybe I just click on this here, I want this right screen to change. There we go. And now we want to do harvest or trade maybe. There's one available lease, so let me click that, see if I can sign a lease. There it is. So active mines, mining rate 150 whatevers per minute. And the lease duration is, wow, just 6 minutes. That's kind of cool. Micro lease, basically, right? So select the fleet. I guess this one. Okay, sign the lease. So I guess once you've done that, you wouldn't want to move your ship for 6 minutes. I don't know if you even could. Hopefully they won't let you move a ship while it's busy mining. Over here we see my ship has been assigned to that mine. I'm just curious what would happen if we tried to send the fleet over here. Yeah, see the send fleet is currently off, which I'm thinking that's because we're mining here. And I'm wondering if the color changed or anything to show us that we're mining. And then when we're done mining, we signed a lease. It didn't actually say to do the harvest, and then we're gonna go back to our home base and unload. So I'm assuming I have to wait 6 minutes. He said we should see a meter on our ship. So let's go back to from the tactical map back to the ship page. We talked about a meter somewhere on here. So I was just wondering if we see any of our numbers here going up. Okay, ore collector. I'm wondering, no, that seems to run on its own. Actually, we can collect that, I think, anyway. Maybe we should always collect these things anytime they're available so that they can start generating more of whatever it is they do. I'm wondering if somewhere on here we're going to see like the stuff we've been mining. Probably over here to the left. Give me a minute. Oh, there it goes. This is the end of the ship. Composite. So you have the composite section, the ore section, the vapor section, and you have your foundries and shipyard, and then your front of your ship. This is the very front of the ship here. Assuming that's a little power engine in the back. Nice little dome here. Graphics. Okay, earlier they said to click the third tab. I'm thinking now it's really the second tab. I guess you could perform a raid. The raid seems to be turned off. Trade is locked. I think they meant the second tab. This is what mineral or whatever is available. It says the lease is available. I thought I just signed the lease, and I thought it was going to take. Well, maybe I can go back and forth as many times as I can in 6 minutes. Maybe that's what's happening. So how do I get home? So I want to do just to make sure that I'm reading the instructions. After you decide we did sign a lease, right? As the harvesting completes, you'll notice your ship resource gauge increases. That's what I could never find. Indicating it has resources that can be stored in your home base. You might also notice your inventory under resources that you've begun acquiring experience books. So inventory is here. What an experience. Oh, there's my, I think those are books. Experience, maybe? Okay. I think those were there before. We'll talk more about that later. Any ship that returns to your home base with resources will have an unload. So let's see if we can go home now. So we need to tell our ship to go here to our home base. So let's try right click send fleet, maybe. Sails again. I don't know why it has to zoom in like that. I'd rather see the ship kind of moving across here. Please select the fleet. I only have one fleet. Hmm. I'm having a terrible time with the zoom. And see, the ship is moving from where it was back to my place. So I'm going to right click here and focus again, hopefully. That's the focus button. I think it's, don't blame the lag on the software, blame it on my computers and my video, because video takes a lot of resources. You know? Ah, there's a shortcut over here too. I don't remember how I got here, but let's say go to home base, see what happens. Now it's going back to my ship. I thought it was going to just take the ship on the map to my home base. It says I want to unload resources at my home base. So if I'm at my home base, I should have an unload button somewhere. Okay, I found an unload button. What I was doing was I was clicking different places. Like if you click here, it didn't find it. And if I clicked up here, that little bubble thing, that's not it. If you click that green thing in the middle, that must be your fleet of ships. Oh, somewhere here. There. It's like I clicked right on that little blue arrow. If I click this thing, maybe that's the, oh, that's, okay, that's it. That's your ship. Okay. So this is like your ship. You remember when I blew out the big ship? This is that ship. And I don't know who's, these, I guess, other players or other ships, just like mine, right? And so looks like if I click on this square here, no, I have to click on the ship, not on the square. That was the trick. Okay, so now I can do an unload. Select fleet. Okay, I only have one fleet. Did I unload or did I not unload? Let's go back to my chores task here. There'll be a checkbox if I got the unload done. Okay, I did some more clicking. I saw a little flag here and a green thingy, so I clicked on that, and that shows me my task over here, and that I did do the unload. So I'm still a little fuzzy on, if there was any indicator, if the unload is instant or whatever. So now we got some more rewards. So I'm going to stop for now, probably do lunch. Anyway, I'll make a series of videos as I'm going through this. It's going to be, like I said, kind of like a live stream, except not live because I take breaks. And anyway, you're seeing me as I play. It's not a summary. It's pretty much as I find and experience things. I hope that's interesting to you. I'm liking the game so far. One thing I think that's cool about games is it's like somewhere in your brain you're developing a model of a whole world here. Like this is a world, right? And somewhere in my brain there's a model of Townstar, and now in another part of my brain there's a model for Legacy. And if you play Spider Tanks or any other game like that, you're going to have these little worlds somewhere all in your head. And I think that's such a cool concept. So you're basically learning and building these models in your head to create these abstract worlds. And anyway, so this has been Echoes of Empire, my first hour or so, hour and a half playing. And I'll get the video up and hope you enjoy it. Like it if you do, and I'll have more coming soon. And I still have more legacy videos to upload, and it's a busy, busy week. Okay, see you later.